sorry, you got me again today. Welcome to the Oldie Battle Reps for another 40k battle report. 2,000 points almost. So 1,925 points on the nose, both of us. So that's pretty good. You'll find out why when we introduce our armies. So playing, I have forgotten already. What is it?
Abandoned Sanctuaries.
Abandoned Sanctuaries. And it's a fairly straightforward one, which we just want to play a simple one because we're using some interesting armies. Dan's using his New Knights or New Knight Codex for the first time. Should be interesting. And I'm using a very elite 8 model Orc army. So yeah, Gazkul's decided he only wants the biggest boys to go against the Knights. So we'll go on to the armies and then we'll come back for deployment. 1,925 points of Goth Orcs, and it is a total of 8 models. So we've got a Gorkanaut, Mega Dread with just no guns or no big guns on it, Gazkul, a Morkanaut, that's a Gorkanaut, that's a Morkanaut, 2 Dreads, just going to say they've got 4 combat arms each, a converted kill tank, converted from a Baneblade.
Which is awesome. I really love the tank.
Really
cool. It's really cool.
And a kill rig. That's it, kill rig. Yeah, the psycho version. So this is basically a super heavy detachment. Costs 6 CP, and then a spearhead. So it costs me 3. I'm going to probably put him in deep strike, so I'll be spending 11 CP. Start the game with 1. Yay.
Okay, this is 1,925 points of Knights. We're doing 1,925 points, but that's all I can do of Knights. And Jack had to adapt his army to fit that. This is first time using the new Knight Codex. It is stupidly complicated. I've even written myself a cheat sheet for the first time ever using an army. I've had to write a cheat sheet for 5 models.
And you wouldn't think Knights would be the one to force you.
No, it's ridiculous. So I will go through all the rules, because if you don't have the Knight Codex, it'll be confusing. So, first of all, they're a Mechanicus household, which means the Armagers have got +1 wounds, and they've got +2 wounds, and they all restore 1 wound in the command phase. That's Mechanicus. They're House Raven, which means they ignore any penalties to move and advance in the movement phase, and they always count as remaining stationary in the shooting phase, not in the combat phase. That's the house rules and the Mechanicus rules. Onto the Knights, I've got 2 Armagers, Helverins. They've got the autocannon. They've got melters on top, not stubbers, because stubbers are pointless against Jack's Orcs. That's them, they're easy. Warden, that's got a melter and a storm spear, and then obviously the Avenger Gatling Cannon and the chainsaws. These 3 all have an ability called a Bondsman's ability, which basically means they can, every turn in the command phase, I can do something to make Armagers better. So the Warden's one is called Warden's Duty, and Armagers, I can pick an Armager within 12, and it counts as 10 models for the purpose of objectives rather than 5, which they normally count as 5.
And they have OBSEC, don't they?
They have OBSEC and count as 5. They don't have OBSEC but count as 10.
Right.
This one's also pay 1 CP to give it Sanctuary, which is a relic. So that's got a 4+ invulnerability melee. It's also got, I've upgraded it to be a Master of the Vox, so I refund CPs on a 5, and the Bondsman's ability I just said, Warden's Duty, has got an infinite range. So I can pick, it's not 12 inches. First Crusader, which is my Warlord. I've got a Storm Spear on top and a Melter, so that's not really weak. The other 2 arc weapons are obviously the same. That's got the Bondsman's ability for these 2, because it's the same for Crusaders, is called Crusader Duty, which is Armagers within 12 get +1 Blessed Skill, which is brilliant.
All of them, so not just one?
No, pick one.
Pick one.
You pick one.
Right.
Relic is called Mark of the Omnissiah, so this one recovers D3 +1 wounds in the command phase rather than just 1. Warlord trades as Iron Bulwark, which is unchanged from the previous codex, which is a 4+ in the burn versus shooting. And I've also upgraded it to be a Princept, which means if I lose an honour point, which I'll get to in a minute, I don't lose it on 5. And my Bondsman's ability, which is a +1 Blessed Skill, can affect Questoris Knights as well as Armagers. But it has to be other crystals. It can't do it on itself.
Right.
It really specifically says that in the rule, which is good. And I'm also paying a CP to give it Order of Companions, which is the House Raven acquisition stratagem, which means that night, every time it attacks, shoots, or fights, can reroll either 1 hit, 1 wound, or 1 damage.
Mm.
You can do it more than once, because the Strike Force, we'll technically do it in a Strike Force, but I decided to just do it once, because I'll forget. Net Crusader, which I normally used to use as a free blade, but I'm not, because I don't want to have to remember more rules.
Yeah.
First time, just keep it simple. It's not free blade, it's House Raven as well. This one's got Liquid Auto Cannon and Melter Gun, and then the other two, Bath Cannon and Gatling Cannon as normal. That's got Armour of Tainted Iron, which is another relic. So that's got 2+ armour save. And I've also given it Forge Master, which means if it's wholly within my deployment zone, it's -1 damage against it.
That's really good.
And also its Bondsman ability, which is the +1 basic skill. If an armiger who's got that, I think, and I've not written it, I don't know if I've written it, I'll have to check it, but on my cheat sheet I've got it as if an armiger is shooting at something with that bondsman's ability in my deployment zone, so if the enemy's in my deployment zone, it gets +1 to hit and +1 to wound, which is really good. So that's the normal rules for the Imperial Knights. Then I have this is the one rule I don't like about the new Knights. I don't mind all that other stuff I've just gone through, I'm fine with. The bondsman's ability I quite like, the upgrades you can give it I like. This rule I think is stupid and pointless, and I hate it, and I may end up just never using it. Because I don't want to. You have to technically, but I could just not. It's called the Code Chivalric. You gain honour points for completing. You choose 2 oaths, and it has a pledge and a troth, whatever that means. And if you gain honour points, you get abilities down here, and if you lose honour points, you don't get abilities down here. Basically, I'm trying to make heroic interventions and charge enemies that engage in my models. I get honour points for that, and I'm trying to destroy enemy units in melee, which is not actually very likely. But if I'm on it when I start the battle as, I can make longer heroic interventions.
Yep.
I get +1 to attack if I charge.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit, sorry.
Yep.
If I charge, was charged, or form heroic intervention. And if I get virtuous, which is if I get up to 5 points, I've got to gain 4.
If you disarm, you just don't get the
But
bonus.
this one I don't get the bonus, so I don't get to do loads of things, which is very relevant, frankly.
Yeah.
If I get virtuous, I get slightly better.
But it's fun. Look at all these rules. Look at the fun.
It's not. It's annoying. It's one of those, another thing I've got to try and remember. I've got loads of stuff to remember already.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying, isn't it?
But we'll see how I get on with it. I still like my Knights. I'm not going to... I still love having big stompy robots. But yeah, cool.
I realised I forgot a few rules of mine. So basically, I got a load of rockets and shit, and I'm going to fire the rockets at you. So we've gone deliberately terrain light as well, because we've both got a lot of Titanic. We just want lots of free area to move through and keep it simple.
Yeah.
So, but we've got a bit of obscuring. All the big rocks are going to count as obscuring. Just that one with those green on is too small, obviously. So we've got one of the dreads, kill tank, Gorkanaut, Morkanaut, Gaz, Dread, kill rig, and my mega dreads in deep strike.
And I've got my Warden, Armiger, Crusader, Warlord, Crusader, Armiger. And I've taken Bring It Down to the last and engage more fronts.
I took Titan Slayer.
Titan Hunter.
Yeah.
To the last.
And Stranglehold, yeah. Okay, so we rolled for the first turn. Dan rolled a 6. I rolled a 6. We re-rolled. Dan rolled a 6.
I rolled a 6.
We re-rolled. Dan rolled a 6. And I rolled a 1. So Knights are going first.
So this dice is getting used a lot in this game. It's rolled 3 6s in a row so far.
Yeah, mine's rolled 2. So that's
Yeah.
Wow. And
Right,
so Dan.
I'm going to retire this dice.
Yeah, retire undefeated.
Quit while you're ahead. So it's the first time.
I go first loads.
Yeah, you do go first a lot.
And look how difficult it was for Dan to go first.
Yeah, to roll 3 6s in a row to go first.
Cool. So it's Knights turn 1. We'll come back at the end of movement. Probably we're not going to have loads and loads of detail. We'll probably
come back at the end of shooting first.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be charging.
We're probably not going to show any dice.
I'll quickly go through my bondsman's. He's now hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
That's hitting on 2s. That counts as 10 models.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Right. So Knights moved up like so. Very
assertively. I know that
Push
I'm
a
going to win this
fire
game by
movement.
shooting rather than combat.
Yeah, because
so-
that's a big change in Knights, isn't it? They're the
Yeah.
ones without the swords and things are not that scary in combat.
Yeah.
So
I concentrated. So this fire, this hit. Is it the Morkanaut?
Morkanaut, you killed the Morkanaut.
Did about 10 wounds.
Yeah.
I then spent 3 CP on something called calculated targeting, which means unmodified wound rolls of a 6 cause the number of mortal wounds for damage for the weapon. So I fired this guy at it as well, and he polished it off.
Yeah, so 2 Knights killed that.
Not easily.
No.
I had to use all my shots.
Yeah, and a 3 CP strat.
And a 3 CP
That strat's really
I wouldn't
good.
have done it without 3 CP strat.
Yeah.
But I did kill it. I did kill the Morkanaut, so I'm pleased about that. And then everything else, so the Warden, 2 armigers, but I paid 1 CP for thin the ranks, which didn't really take much effect actually. That fired at the other one, the Gorkanaut.
14,
it's down to
10.
Down to 10 wounds, so I did a decent amount of damage from that guy as well.
Yeah.
So I'm quite pleased with that. So I've just got 3 CPs for three VPs
VP, yeah.
for bring it down.
Okay, so end of my psychic phase, so his movement. No, it didn't move much over here, and the Dread just moved up a little bit. Gorkanaut was nerfed, so he could only move up that far, and I kept the Dread on that objective. Gazgol got a big advance and moved up to there, and I advanced with this one as well. So I'm on 3 objectives, so I will get Stranglehold this turn. And then Psychic, I just tried to smite and didn't even cast it. Okay, so considering my most potent, well, maybe the kill tank's a bit better. Considering that the Morkanaut was destroyed, I did quite well against that knight, I think.
Yeah,
Got 12 left, and you start on 26 as well, so it did 14 wounds that night. So yeah, not bad. Quite pleased with that.
Well, I spent a CP, which I'll get back now. So.
Yeah, and I got 3 points for Stranglehold, but I can't remember.
Titan Hunter.
Titan Hunter.
To the last, so nothing else.
Yeah, nothing. Oh, lost some to the last already. So yeah, so Knight's turn 2 movement. This guy's come on to that objective. This Armiger's been very brave. It's come right near Gazgol. Although I've got Titan Slayer, not bring it down, so I don't get points for killing that. This one
you will get points if you kill it.
If I kill it, and then I'll have a centre.
Yeah, you don't have to hold centre, you just have to kill it.
Oh, right.
But
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
of
get
course.
both for holding the centre and for killing it. It's one or the other.
Yeah,
Whereas I'll get it because he's Obsec, so I get 2.
Yes.
I think it's worth it for VP. So.
Yeah, definitely. And then that knight's been a pusher and has gone back because otherwise he was pretty close to Gazgol.
Yeah.
And this guy has come onto the objective. He's come around there. Okay, so end of shooting. Yeah, pretty brutal. I obviously lost the Gorkanaut because he only had like 5 wounds left, didn't he? But killed him, did a few more wounds to the tanks, got 8 left, and killed
I didn't 2 tank, that was all this turn. Didn't 2 tank last turn.
Oh, it was all this turn?
Yeah, 16 wounds on tank.
16 wounds to tank them. Then killed the kill rig. This guy did 10 wounds to it on his own. So it was.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
I fired everything with him. Yeah, he did very well.
You did the strat for 6 is a auto.
Thin the ranks is really good.
Yeah.
And the calculated targeting game on this code cost 3 CP, but he killed that Gorkanaut and did I think like 10 wounds to the tank.
Yeah.
So
this guy then finished him off with like the thermal cannon. So I was hoping that could just cling to life there and maybe charge and whiff and do some awesome stuff with it, but nope. So I have got my Mega Dread to come in. He's pretty scary in combat, so there is that. And Gazgol is still unwounded. So the Gorkanaut blew up, and they're all to 3 for the distance of the explosion, and it just missed Gazgol. So
that was very relieved.
Very relieved about that. Okay. You did want to kill that Dread, but couldn't quite get an angle on it. So fortunately, he's still on the objective. Cool. So that is, you get 2 points for being on that objective.
I do.
You get a load more points to bring it down, like 6.
6 bring it down, 2 for engage.
And 2 for being on that.
2 for being on that.
Cool. So Orks. Orks turn 2. I go back up to 2 CP because I spent 1.
I've only got 2 now as well.
Ah, nice. Okay, so my turn 2. I denied with the kill tank because I was thinking about moving it back onto its objective, but with it being nerfed, it couldn't even make it onto my home objective. So it's going balls to the wall and it's trying to move up and maybe charge that knight. It's not bad in combat, just 3 damage. I've also brought the Mega Dread in over here to hopefully help out against that knight. He does have a 4-up invuln in combat though. It's a bit worrying. This dread just moved up to hopefully charge that one. A Gazkul advanced around there. He only got 1 in his advance, but he hopefully can charge that knight. And obviously he declared a wild this turn. Okay, so charges. Yeah, I really wanted all 3 of these guys to get in, but 2 of them got in. So the Mega Dread did ramming speed, did 2 mortal wounds, putting him down to 24 like a normal knight. Because is that because of House Mechanicus?
Mechanicus,
Yeah, cool. The Kill Tank got in as well, but that dread failed. This dread got in, and Gazkul got into this knight. So
and just you didn't cover shooting yet, so
oh yeah,
so shooting it's only the tank. Everything fired at that guy didn't do anything.
yeah, he had some crappy shooting, didn't do anything either, but only got like 2 wounds, and you rotate Iron Shields and save both.
Yeah, it probably wasn't actually working. It probably would have been better to save and interrupt now, but
yeah,
that was you only got 6 shots with that, and if you'd got
if I got
15
loads,
shots again, it would have been more worth it.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
It's just the way it is.
Cool. Without this dread in, see if you hadn't got your CP left for interrupt and that dread got in, I would be, I'd say it's touch and go with that knight, but now I think he'll leave anyway, and then you'll be able to attack back. Cool. So on to combat. Okay, so end of combat. Gazkul easily killed that knight, no problem, and then just consolidated a bit over that way. This dread couldn't quite do it. You've got 4 wounds left.
I'll get one back as well.
You get one back, yeah. And then over here, without this dread, it wasn't enough. But the Mega Dread did like 16 wounds.
Well, yeah.
So he didn't roll that well on your invuln. But the tank, I think it didn't do anything. Didn't do any wounds to you.
No, I didn't say both of them.
Yeah, so you're only on 8 wounds left, but you then tried to kill the whiffed as well.
I should have done like 2 strikes and 2 sweeps to get loads of attacks, but I didn't.
Yeah. So I think you just had a bad wound roll or something, and then
I need 1 wound. Yeah.
So it's still alive. Not on any objectives now, but I kind of had to do this or just die. So I got 4 points for killing a knight.
Yep.
But I didn't get this middle objective, annoyingly.
12.
You'll get 12 now because you're on 1, 2, 3 objectives. So it's on to Knight's turn 3, and I've still got 1 left. So okay, so Knight's turn 3 movement. This guy fell back just over here. This guy's been a pusher and ran away from Gazkul because he'll just die otherwise. This guy fell back round this side of the objective in the middle, and he's come on to the objective. But I've got a question for you, Dan. Are you an honourable man?
No, I'm dishonoured.
You have no honor.
I think I'm dishonoured. I could check the rules.
You're down to 0 honour. Not that it seems
if
to.
I fall back to a battle round, at the end of the battle round, I lose it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still honourable
Still.
now.
Oh,
You have honor.
right.
I'm still honourable now. So actually, that's quite good because if I charge him, he'll be hitting on 2s.
Oh, cool.
They also spend a CP on, a surgeon on
Yes,
this guy.
you're. So
So he counts as being on full.
back to 0 CP.
Back to the CP, but I don't lose my honor
Same as
yet.
me. Yeah, shooting is just the kill tank got blown up by that guy.
Mixture of that guy and
And the
armored
armored, and then this guy, he just fired everything at the Mega Dread, but killed him easily with like Melter. So, because I think we realised he should have taken more wounds last turn, so he didn't have some.
Yeah, when I attacked him with the chainsaw, I thought he was tough as 8 because there's no key. I thought what tough as he was. Jack thought I meant the tank, so he said 8. Actually 7, and one of my hit rolls was a 2.
Was a 2.
Which was a 2. Which
So he had a few wounds left, but then he killed him with a Melter.
Yeah.
So that's shooting, pretty straightforward. So in combat, this guy charged the Death Dread and
Just about killed him.
only just killed him. Ooh.
Four attacks, 4 hits. He did 2 wounds, 2
Two and 2 ones.
2 and I was quite scared because I got no rerolls, so it's just,
Yeah,
it was a bit worrying.
I like it when we get down to no one's got any rerolls or anything. So then on my turn 3, I'm not on any primaries because he controls 1. Not on any objectives, rather. So it's just basically just to see what Gazkul can do this turn. That'll be it then.
Yeah.
because I've got nothing but to the last now, and you've probably maxed out Bring It Down by now, I would have thought. Or close to it.
What is the maximum you can get?
15.
Yeah, I maxed out.
Yeah. So that's a difference of 30 points just with that. Cool. Right. Let's see what Gazgul can do. So my movement was literally just this guy is going to try and finish off that Armiger. Gazgul's making towards his cowardly Dishonoured Knight. And he's got a long charge. He needs an 11-inch charge to get to him. Fired a few shots off, but they're saved. Patted off the carapace. So just charges.
Yep.
That's it. Okay, so the end of combat. This guy charged in and just about killed that Armiger. And then Gazgul. Never guess what Gazgul did. Failed his charge. It's just on the objective. So that's basically it. I mean, I've got Gazgul and that guy left, and you've got 2 of your big knights and an Armiger left. So yes, I would get 2 points that turn for killing the Armiger.
We could say we could play it out very quickly. So I can't think to sit and play it out to see what happens.
Cool. So that's the end of my turn 3. Okay, so I can't remember what the last thing we said was, but Dan killed the Death Dread. Then did some wounds to Gazgul, I think.
Yeah, I took a few wounds up with the
Armiger.
Yeah.
Then we realised that unless you come and charge me, you can't kill Gazgul in the remaining time, and I can't get to you to kill you. So we were just able to work out. I moved back onto the middle objective, and we're just able to work out the final points.
Yeah. So I ended up with 42 on the primaries, 33 on the secondaries because I maxed out, Bring It Down, got 10 to the last and 8 on Engage, and then 10 for Painted. Jack got 23 on the primaries, just 7 on the secondaries.
Just 7.
And
What did I get for the secondaries? I got
4 for Titan Hunter, none to the last, and 3 on
to
Stranglehold.
the last got nothing. And Stranglehold, Stranglehold's difficult.
Stranglehold was probably a mistake because I think you forgot what Stranglehold is, that I count as more models on objectives.
I knew it would be difficult, but I don't know what other secondary would have been better for this list against your list. There might be one, but I couldn't see one when I was looking through. But yeah, it was always going to be difficult. It is a silly Orc list, but it was fun though. I liked taking the big Orc models against the Knights.
It was a fun game.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It was only sort of turn 3 was the one where it swung it, where you didn't kill that.
Yeah, because
and you didn't kill the Armiger.
It's with the Knights able to just shoot any of my Titanic ones and my Titanic things, no inbuns by and large. They're very soft and easy to kill. So that was always going to be a problem. But there was a moment when it's like, this could actually, this could swing. If I'd made a charge with Death Dread, done a bit better over here, maybe killed that Knight, maybe the Dread over here would kill the Armiger. It could have been a bit more even.
It
was
have been
uphill.
different. I think the rolling was fairly even.
Yeah.
If anything, I'd say mine was slightly worse.
I don't think it was anything crazy.
I think your hitting rolls are very good, but your armour saves were not.
Yeah, and
to be fair,
kind
you didn't
of
make very many sort of 5-up saves.
No,
you made quite a lot of shots with stuff, so it kind of evened out.
True.
And mine was kind of the other way around. I didn't hit as well, but I saved a lot.
Yeah.
So,
But I enjoyed this Orc list. I missed the Beast Boss, but we were playing less points, so it's fine.
I enjoyed Knights. I do like Knights. The only thing I don't like is, like I said at the beginning, is the code chivalry.
Yeah.
It just felt like I didn't. Basically, I got to the point that I just didn't care.
Yeah.
It felt like a rule I didn't care about. Therefore, why is it there? All the other rules I like the bondsman abilities. I like the upgrade you can give.
It's like they've put it in there just to give you another thing to think about for the sake of it.
Yeah.
When it has such a small impact. Well, it could have a big impact on the game, actually. Like, being able to heroically intervene or not is big, but it's annoying to have to remember that little rule, like keep a tally of stuff.
Yeah, it's annoying to have to keep it, yeah. It's an irritating way of doing it. Almost, maybe could have been simpler.
When you've got so many other rules, like the bondsman things and all the upgrades on the Knights,
yeah,
you kind of want Knights to be the simple army.
I think one of the things I liked about Knights before is that they were easy to pick up and play.
Yeah.
They're still not that difficult. the chivalric code didn't really come into it. I didn't gain any honor points. I just lost one from falling back in turn 3. So I kind of it didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
I'd be tempted in future games to just lose the honor as quick as possible and not care about it. But it kind of shows that it was literally meaningless.
Or it didn't do anything in that game, did it? I think at one point you were hitting on 2s because
Once I was hitting on 2s, but I hit with everything with 3s anyway.
Yeah.
It did help. It potentially helped me do damage against the Death Dread because I was hitting on 3s against it, even though I was degraded rather than 4s.
Yeah.
So that one was useful, but the other one is not particularly. Actually, would have been better if I'd taken the objective one, holding more objectives than your opponent, because I consistently did that all game.
Yeah. The objective game's hard with this Orc list. Once to use a couple of models, it's like, okay, well, glad I didn't take Engage. Oh, but now I can't do Stranglehold. And like, yeah.
You may have got more points. I think you would have got more points with Engage.
Maybe, because you got the deep striking thing that can come down and help you for turn 2. That Death Dread Mega Dread, 16 wounds on a knight with added 4 Binbun. Not bad for like 170 something points. But then it's very easy to kill and return. No invuln.
Yeah, it was very squishy in return.
Yeah.
Well, squishy against knights in return.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think every battle you played it has died, but it's usually in other battles I played, it's gone up against knights.
It's start of 8th edition, reasonably tough. Current 9th edition level, just soft and dies. Yeah. I imagine that the Mega Dread against like Tau or something, Tyranids just die. But yeah. Okay. Interesting, game, yeah. I'd like to see the new Knights rules.
Yeah.
Need to try my Chaos Knights at some point, but I haven't got round to sorting out whether I'm actually going to get the box set or paint up an Abominant, or I don't know. That's a bit of a project for another time.
Yeah, I need to get some more Knights now, really, because I can't make 2,000 points, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I did get a Knight Tyrant, so I can make an army without needing the Abominant, but I can't get the Codex without buying the like £160 box or whatever it is. So it's a bit annoying. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching.
See you next time.
Oh, fuck's sake.